But here we are in the peak part of storm season. Hurricanes seem like they blow up on the regular. And there's no doubt that mid-afternoon thunderstorms in the center of the state can get pretty sketchy. Historically, you think about Sebastian, in the inlet, and it's all about big snook and redfish and tarpon, and I think that has definitely put Sebastian on the map. However, this trip, we were kind of going off the beaten path a little bit. When we were talking about putting this together, Eric and I, it was really about showing something different, and you can't argue with the idea of going more west from that east coast, going up into the river and seeing just what kind of a true Florida looks like, with the oak trees and certainly the Spanish moss and the cypress trees. It's just a cool look up there altogether, and we're in that 25-foot Pathfinder, and it got a little narrow on a couple places. See some tarpon rolling there right around all that little fry bay too, looks like.
Yeah, from more or less from that dock, this whole shoreline could be really good. It's always been a consistent spot.
Right, and you can catch snook here as well, right?
Yeah, snook and tarpon, more or less in the same area. It's the same, using the same thing, doing the same thing.
Oh, that was a blow up right there.
Yeah, there's some fish here.
Might get a little of that topwater action.
Might be. Let's go ahead and take a shot here. And let's see what we.
Pretty shoreline right there.
Yeah, let's see what we can do.
Oh, God.
I saw that fish come up after it too. There he comes again.
Oh, he's after you. Oh, I saw him again.
See the tail?
Keep him interested. When we first started in the morning, as it's just flat calm and you can kind of see the bait just stacked up along the docks, we had several fish that would follow up the bait. You could see the wakes. We even saw some fish that we even blew out that just weren't on the move. Many cases, you see that kind of unfold where the fish aren't really cooperating in that particular zone. And at that time, Eric and I looked at each other and was like, it's time to go. We gotta move to a different spot. And he knew some areas that, were further upriver. And, he knew it was also one of my favorite species to look for is that tarpon. So he's like, we gotta make a change. It's not happening here, let's make a move. As we're heading further up the river and just kind of creeping along, I'm always trying to pay attention to what's going on there. And literally maybe as far as I could see, tarpon rolling and tarpon blowing up on the surface, and just, it seems like they're everywhere. And I look back at him, and he says, I think we'll start here. Fish
there
on.
you go. Nice. Nice fish. Great fish.
He might be going back to you if you're sweet.
Very cool. You gonna jump? You gonna jump?
Yep. I sped up that retrieve a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it kept that buster a little high.
Just moved it a little faster?
Yeah.
Sweet. Come on, jump for us, jump for us. There he is. Nice. I had faith in you, Jay.
Yeah.
I had faith in you.
Playing my little angle here. Come on, show me right there.
Yeah, right here, be a nice jump.
You've seen a lot of that, haven't you?
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, if I had a big tarpon, you know, in that narrow section of river, you know, they have some depth for sure, but they don't have a lot of distance to run. So it's like pinballing them from shoreline to shoreline. And it's a lot of fun because it kind of gets them to the point where they're just absolutely going crazy.
Oh, dude, there's nothing better, man. I love tarpon fishing.
Tarpon. Oh, he's gonna jump. He's gonna jump. Come on, give us a jump right here. Right there, right there. Look at you. Didn't want to do it for us.
I know.
Yeah, but they're so cool. Such a cool fish.
The coloration of those tarpon in that really dark water up in the rivers, you know, in many cases, right under the surface, they look like gold. And anybody catching tarpon, you know that they're as silver as they could be until they get into that tannic water.
I believe we got him. Straight success right there.
Yeah.
I'll leave that hook right where it needs to be right now. Dude, man, I'll tell you what.
Nice.
Those will wear you out.
Nice.
Those are the full energy ones.
Yeah, that's a good size one. It's not a little guy.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah. He's got a big belly on him.
He does, and wide back for, you know, all river fish.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Got much more olivey, dark olivey.
I know.
On his back here.
Seems like this time of year, the hotter it is, it seems like the better it is for that snook and tarpon bite. You know, the tarpon in particular, you know, they can live in that water with low oxygen levels, which we tend to have when the water's warm. And tarpon is one of my favorite ones to chase, so figure why not? Let's make it an opportunity here. As hard as it was to leave those tarpon, you know, we did see a slow decline in the numbers showing. So I did want to see a different section of this river that Eric was talking about, where it literally had overhanging oaks and cypress trees and just lots of Spanish moss. And it's an area where we can skip baits under the bushes or under the trees, and see if we can pull just some small juvenile tarpon or some snook, or even said possibly largemouth bass. So it was an opportunity to go up there and do it, so we made our trek.
We're in the South Fork here. That's much more of a truer river. You have the bends and the S-turns and the switchbacks and stuff here. Very much like a typical river where you have your outside edge is going to be deeper.
Yeah.
Inside edge is going to be shallower. This is more of the true river in effect. Constant flow, moving out, pretty much untouched. But this is pretty much how Florida used to be a long time ago.
while we're fishing up in this really narrow section of the river, Eric was throwing these finger mullet up there. All of a sudden, he comes tight, says, I got him. I'm expecting this snook to come blasting out of the water. A little different color fish.
Oh, it's got it, something got it.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
A bass.
Is it really?
A bass.
Yo, bass fishing or what?
Yeah. Bass fishing with a mullet.
Yep. So
So
I mean, he probably...
How many bass have you caught with a live mullet?
Never. I mean, solid fish, not nearly what I expected.
It's nice to be surprised one
Yes,
every day.
it is. Yes, it is.
For me, there's an interesting divide, and it's, if you go west of US 41 or east of I-95, you start to see, that's not really what Florida maybe is known for, and a lot of it happens in the guts of Florida, and where we were at in the river is just that. It's the old Florida, it's the beauty. It's, would we rather catch a bunch of fish every time we were casting? Yeah, of course. But to be in a place where you don't normally get to see, even by foot, because we're in the middle of nowhere, but just looking at everything around, you see some bird life, you see all kinds of things you wouldn't normally see. That's really what it was about for us. And yeah, we had some good times, we caught some fish, but those are the experiences I'll remember for a long time. And honestly, I'm looking forward to getting back to it.
It's always nice to get out with another fellow guide, that we have the same stories, we have the same experiences. Our fishery is even though it's opposite sides of the state, it's still very similar. We still have the same issues and the problems, and we still attack it the same way. We have a good camaraderie that we can give each other jabs, but it was a good time. It was a lot of fun.
It's all wrapped around me. It's all wrapped around me. Well, I thought I had a bite. I was trying to commit.